Welcome back here once again, everyone. When Disney's live-action Little Mermaid trailer and information was revealed, and we got the fact that there's going to be a race-swapped Ariel, because, they literally went out of their way to race-swap Ariel. I saw it for what it was. A lot of people saw it for what it was, and a lot of people called it out for what it was. Another woke, painful attempt to pander, to push an agenda that nobody's interested in. These live-action Disney movies have been an embarrassment. They just continue to get worse and worse. Nobody wants them. They won't stop making them. They seem to think that people are supposed to somehow learn to like them after a period of time. I don't know why, but it's not happening. Nobody wants to see a race-swapped Ariel, and they keep trying to push it. You had the director coming out and saying that, no, it's not woke. We have no agenda. We looked at everybody and we considered this. I mean, he's basically just repeating the same thing that, all of them are given a script to say, and that's it. But as I've said previously, I'm going to have to say again, and I'm sure I will continue to have to say it, it's never enough for these people. The very same people you're trying to pander to, never enough for them. If you race swap somebody, they say, why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? You could never make them happy. They are never happy with anything, and they will always find some reason to try and stir the pot, because they love conflict. They want every franchise to burn. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's the only thing will make them happy, to destroy everything. And of course, CBR, the shills of the shield, the leader of the shield brigade, comes out because, it's not enough that they've decided to make a race swap Ariel. No, now she has to be gay too. Let's get into this article here. Disney's Little Mermaid remake would be wise to honor the story's LGBTQ legacy. I don't know anything about the Little Mermaid story having any kind of LGBTQ legacy, because I've seen the Disney movie, I've read the original Little Mermaid story, and nothing in that had anything to do with any kind of LGBTQ legacy. Let's get into this. The Little Mermaid live-action remake starring Halle Bailey is coming soon. Question is, will the 2023 Disney film honor the story's LGBTQIA legacy? What legacy? I have to find out this one. With another Disney live-action remake of an animated classic coming up soon, even though they continue to fail, many fans are buzzing around the new Little Mermaid. If by buzzing you mean hoping to God it doesn't happen, yeah. There are many aspects of the story that have been talked over, critiqued, and rethought over the 33 years since the iconic Disney animated film hit theaters. There is, however, one popular aspect that could help the new film succeed if it is addressed. Ever since the original story was panned by Hans Christian Andersen in 1837, The Little Mermaid has been a symbol of the LGBTQIA experience. What? With both the story and the movie being widely accepted by the community and often read as an allegory thereof. They love this allegory thing, but I don't understand how the Little Mermaid could in any way be some kind of symbol of the alphabet community. I don't see how that makes any kind of sense at all. People just make this stuff up. It's been theorized that Hans Christian Andersen wrote The Little Mermaid while struggling with unrequited love for another man. Oh, for God's sakes. Edward Cullen. Lord have mercy. So you have no proof, right? It's just being theorized. You have no proof, and you're just using this to go with it. In this case, his relationship with Cullen somewhat resembled the relationship between the mermaid and the prince in the story. that is a hell of a stretch, but with that context in mind, The Little Mermaid can be read as an allegory. They love this allegory thing for various alphabet experiences, including being transgender with the mermaid's tail becoming legs. Most directly, the mermaids are assigned to win over the prince, who sees her as only a friend in the fable, easily parallels the tragical silent experiences with queer love in the 1830s, while the idea flew under the surface for centuries. In the modern era, the internet has become widely aware of this interpretation. So, the man wrote a book, Little Mermaid, and he's wrote other stories. Hans Christian Andersen wrote other stories. He wrote the Snow Queen and all these other sort of things he's written. Right? And you're trying to tell me, nobody else, because this is the first time I have ever heard of any of this. The first time I've ever heard of any of this madness. And you're trying to tell me that somehow the Little Mermaid is now some kind of an allegory for various alphabets, because apparently her tail becoming legs is some kind of transgender message or some kind of thing. Why do you keep trying to inject your garbage into everything? It's a simple story. A mermaid lives under the sea, falls in love with a prince, goes to a witch to get legs to go on land to be with the prince. She went there, didn't in the original version it didn't work out. She turned into some kind of sea foam or something like that. Fine. In the Disney movie it worked out. They live happily ever after. Okay, but no, that's not enough for you. Now you're trying to say, well, oh, it's some kind of Hans Christian Andersen wrote this while he was pining for some man and couldn't get him, so he wrote this story. So he wrote this story. What about the other stories that he wrote? What about the other stories everybody else has written besides him? All these other fairy tales. What is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs about some weird thing involving group sex or something like that? Is Beauty and the Beast some kind of transgender thing? I mean, come on now, man. You all sound so bloody stupid when you keep doing these things, trying to inject it into everything. But I've said this before, it's never enough for them. Look at Strange World that came out the other day. Terrible movie. From what I understand, I have not heard a single person give that movie a decent review. Everybody who I have seen review the movie has talked about how it was just talentless, pointless, ridiculous, and stupid. And it tried to push this gay factor in it way too hard, and it had no reason for it to be in there, and it just sucked. That was it. That was it. But no. For some people, that should be the greatest movie ever because it had a set against and his son wanted some other boys. I mean, come on now, man. It's a simple movie. You all already got Ariel race swapped because, again, you keep trying to pander to people on Twitter who don't care about your stuff. Now you're here in CBR coming and saying, oh, you know, what would really make the movie go over if we decided to make her gay? That would really work. Yeah, people will love it. And when this movie crashes and burns at the cinema, we're going to around to say, oh, it's a bunch of racists and homophobes who don't like it. People really mess up yourselves, you know. Disney's The Little Mermaid from 1989 is treasured by many as a modern update of the story. While in the original dark fable, the mermaid loses her prince to another woman and dies tragically. The Disney movie changes the story so that Ariel and Prince Eric live happily ever after. In this case, Ariel is fully adopted by the human community and her voice is restored. The film has been noted by some as problematic from the alphabet angle for designing the iconic villain Ursula after the drag queen divine. Oh, for God's sakes. Still, for many alphabet community youths, Ariel's sweet longing to be part of their world and being granted her wish speak to a happy ending that is often denied to them. Yes, because God forbid you have your individuality. No. You have to join the hive mind. That is what would set you apart from anything and everything. You understand me? You're taking this story now, and I want it. When I said, it's some kind of allegory for all kind of alphabet community representation, even though none of that makes any sense. I don't think anybody who went and saw the Little Mermaid, who has seen Little Mermaid from Disney, would ever sit down and think, you know what, this movie is representative of this. But no, you just want to say that when you forget yourself, if you keep hammering it home enough, it will get stuck in people's brain, and they will start to think the same way that you are thinking. No, people have to stop this craziness. This is not going to go anywhere. While many of Disney's remakes have received criticism for being unnecessary updates, they also have provided an opportunity to address historic inequities in past projects, whether it be the crows in Dumbo or the whitewashing of Aladdin. The remake, you know what? I'm not even going and go through the rest of this nonsense. I find this is just ridiculous. This is just really and truly ridiculous. CBR continues to lead the way in the pandering nonsense. And what is this even supposed to represent? You're trying to tell me that this classic story is simply enough. A mermaid wanting a prince, go all of that. Somehow supposed to be some kind of allegory for some kind of homosexual representation or something. Why you're never satisfied. Ever, nothing you do. Because I'm telling you, if Disney decides to follow this trend and decide that not only are they making, Ariel black, and then decide to say, well, you know what, let's listen to them and make her gay. Trust me, the very next week, the first things you're going to start hearing is, oh, she's not gay enough. Why are there no transgender people? This is that and the other, because you could never satisfy them. We've let these vampires in the door and they're ruining everything. You can't even have decent entertainment anymore without them getting pissed off. And you know what? It doesn't represent something that they alone know about. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. Notified every time I put out a video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.